Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 1597. I'm your host, Arwin. And before I start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That will be much appreciated, and I can really use it still, so please keep the support coming. Alright, so weather today again is, well, it's raining right now, so yeah, another cloudy day with some rain. It feels a bit colder than it did yesterday. Alright. Lots of green. All that green is certainly flourishing with all this rain. Right. It is Thursday, the 11th of May, 2023. It's 18 degrees Celsius. Uh-oh. Yeah, and I don't feel super great because I went to bed way too late. So, yeah. I was actually considering skipping the show and, well, I might round it out quickly and just kind of restart tomorrow because I don't feel great. I feel kind of sickish. Right. Hello, Dank. First in chat, good to see you. Dr. Utger. Right, so I don't know how long today's show is going to be. It might be running out in like 15 minutes or something because I do not feel great. Just stayed up way too late. Like, I kind of wanted to see that last episode of Sweet Tooth, and I should have just like, screw it, I'm gonna just watch that tomorrow, but I got seduced. I had to watch it all the way. And now I feel a little bit wonky because of it. Because it just was like way past 4 and shit, not good. Okay, I'll be right back. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Last thing you should do is push yourself. What? Oh. I'm not really pushing myself, it's just I don't really feel super great. No, I don't have a hangover, you dick. I don't drink anymore. It's just that if I go to bed really late, it just takes its toll. It's like my intestines can't finish up some cycle, so it just feels all uneasy. It goes away later, usually. But I just feel a little wonky, that's all. It's not because of alcohol or even smoking. It's ridiculous. Just I don't do well going to bed super late. It's that simple. So you can fuck off. Strong coffee? Dude, if I drink a strong coffee now, I'd pretty quickly after that start to throw up. Dr. Utker, that would be a very bad idea. No, what I really need is to just take it easy, really. I actually considered just skipping today's show so I could just kind of sit around and just take it really easy for a while. And then I'll still be on the Flat Earth debates. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I just thought I'm gonna go live anyway and just take it easy today. Hello, Zane Solo. See you. Right, so yesterday's Flat Earth debate was pretty good. Was there pretty much the entire way. And the after show lasted quite a bit. It was a very long discussion. So that was cool. Right, I got some salad here. I'm just even carefully eating that. I got some of it earlier, but retention. What? Really, Tarot? What a weird thing to say. And how would it do that? It's just very odd. Yeah, Tarot, that's weird. That's just provably incorrect. Mm-hmm. Right, so yeah, I did actually get those plant pots in, and I repotted my new rosemary bush. Very happy with it. It seems very happy with it too. Alright, well, one thing I'm gonna promise is that I'm gonna go to bed early this evening, so that I'll be like extra fresh and active tomorrow. Sorry about it, guys. I'm sorry that my schedule basically got ruined by my own sleeping habits. Because, I mean, I don't feel very strong. I feel like if I'm gonna roll out, I literally will just get sick out of nowhere. Sorry. Right. I did have like also a really good conversation with my friend in Nijmegen yesterday. And that was like till 1 o'clock. That also didn't help. I had a lot of energy after that, because we really like talk on the same level, where we basically do spirit mechanics talk, like in Dutch, continually. It's weird because I can just start like half a sentence about something and then she'll just finish it, which can be kind of annoying at times, by the way. But it is a sign that we're really in tune with each other when it comes to thinking about those types of things. But yeah, apparently when I tried to call a bunch of people and nobody picked up on the phone when I was kind of unstable, apparently that was going around because she was kind of like that a little bit too. And that's why she didn't call back. So, typical. Right, but we caught up. Sure to get enough rest? Yeah, I will, thanks. Yeah, logical conclusion. I agree. I mean, maybe that doctor's like a squirt doctor. Maybe he's like sex addicted and this is just his opinion. Could very well be. Right? I mean, there's plenty of squirty doctors out there. I'd even dare to say that sex addiction is less uncommon among doctors on average than it is the rest of the public. So maybe you just got one of those. Right, anyway, I hope you guys are doing better than I am right now. Hope you had a good night rest and everything. And what's going on with you guys? Are you enjoying the spring? Is the weather any good? Or is it super rainy too? I don't really mind though, because I don't mind the rain as long as it's not cold. Because if it's a bit of warm rain, it's like all the plants really enjoy that. And I don't mind it too much. Like it dries up quicker, etc. Very chilly here. Man, I've been having really intense dreams, by the way. It was funny because my dreams, I've managed to kind of figure out what was going on. It was kind of chaotic, but it was basically like a crossover between Sweet Tooth and like the social interactions here on the internet, like with FED. So it was like this weird hybrid dream that didn't really make too much logical sense, but it was very enthusiastic. It was weird. Hmm. Right. Yeah, maybe saying solo. I mean, wet dreams. I never really even had wet dreams like that. I have love dreams though, where it's like I'm really in love with somebody, and it's like at that point it's more about just touching and kissing. Like I don't really give a shit about the sex. When I'm in love with somebody, sex, it sounds weird, right? But sex really just becomes kind of second. It's more like, oh, she wants sex. I want to give it to her. But it's like I just love. I've never been like very sex centric like that with my relationships. Unless I wasn't really super in love with them. Then yeah, it's like, yeah, I want sex. But when I'm really in love, it's like sex, I don't give a shit. I just want to make her happy then. Weird. Anyway. I mean, sometimes I have dreams like that. And then I wake up. And it's kind of funny to remember that I started having those types of dreams like in my early teens. And then I'd wake up and feel really fucking alone. Like, it's not real. Why isn't that woman real? And I'd be like really almost nostalgic towards the dream and shit. Now, I still have those types of dreams. And I wake up and it's like, oh yeah, that was nice. I've managed to basically compartmentalize it for myself. It's just like, yeah, I have love relationships in my dreams with women I've never seen. And that's probably even the more mysterious part, is that I get dreams about women that I literally don't recognize, but I find very beautiful. And I'm always like kind of weirded out, like, is or was that a real person that I'm dreaming about? Or is that like literally constructed by my mind? Because I've never like ended up actually bumping into that. Although maybe my ex would be the exception. When I bumped into her first time, it really was like almost like a dream. Like I almost felt like deja vu, like I recognized her. I never really had that before. Okay, somebody's moving furniture. Yeah, Tarot's talking about squirt tax. This is weird. This is getting weird. I don't know, man. If this conversation continues, this is gonna be set to 18 plus. Just warning you. Not that it matters. I mean, it's not even monetized or anything. I had a show a while back that was also like set to adult only. I have no idea why though. Like I don't even remember really talking about sex and all that. Right. Starting to feel a bit better. It's going slow though. Hello, Moxie. Right, so I'm pretty much an open book. I'm not gonna be super... what do you call that? I'm not gonna be super assertive today, as in starting, because I'm kind of slowish and a little wonky. I mean, I'm pretty sure that at the end of the show it's gonna be like, I'm gonna just feel perfectly fine, but not right now. But hey, whatever subject you want to talk about, just please don't make it about squirting. That would be much appreciated. Want to talk about ballers or whoever Nathan is reviewing? I don't know where he finds these guys, or where probably like 10th Man and all that find them. Oh yeah, a little weird little detail again. Remember how I said like, oh, hey, hello cat. What the hell? This cat just comes walking in the middle of my show. Hi, kitty. Eric, don't freaking draw my attention. Thanks. But like, I watched InfoWars 2 just a little bit, not super serious, and well, like when was it? A month ago, 2 months ago, General Flynn got on there and then started this reference like how nuclear fission basically isn't real. Right? Remember that? Remember that I mentioned that they were saying that, like, he was with Alex Jones himself in an interview, and he just rolled it out like, yeah, those atom bombs you get to see and all that fiction, that's not actually real. Well, yesterday, this woman, I don't remember her name, but she's like a woman. She often presents show segments on InfoWars. Really nice, warm-looking, friendly woman, very pleasant, very womanly. Like, she made a whole item about it. all of a sudden about like the history of nukes and how it's actually firebombing and all that. Like really going into detail, comparing Japan, and that some guy, some observer went there to Nagasaki and Hiroshima and said like, yeah, this looks exactly like the other cities, and like described it in detail. And yeah, on InfoWars, which is really interesting. Also, it's kind of a weird contrast because nuke threat hypes are continually being wielded, right? Especially when like Putin warns West again, like, yeah, this if you continue, we're gonna nuke, right? And they're like, oh, this is dangerous, it's scary. But at the same time, well, they were also just allowing that to roll out, like, yeah, nukes are actually not real. It's just firebombing. And I find that very curious and interesting that that's developing like that over at InfoWars. No, Tarot, don't do that. I don't want to talk about that. Thank you very much. I'm sure that can be discussed, but I'd like to leave that sort of thing to Owen Benjamin or something. I don't want to get into that at all. But yes, in general, heliocentric religion and all that, there's a lot of gay influence, and they actively put it in there too. Or as Owen Benjamin likes to say, space is fake and gay. How trustworthy is that? That's not about it. That's not what it is about, Zane Solo. And Alex Jones isn't saying it, right? It's General Flynn saying it. It's like one of the people he really believes in. He says it, and Alex Jones just pretends like it wasn't even mentioned. Like, Alex Jones is like weirdly, very, very weirdly compartmentalizing it. Alex Jones is a weird character that has psychological compartmentalization in plain sight. It's really bizarre. And so in that sense, do I trust Alex Jones? No. I mean, really no at this point. I really don't trust him, because he's just compartmentalized in plain sight. So it's like he's not consistent in that sense. But I mean, the overall InfoWars crew, there are some really cool people on there. And also some really freaky figures that then later turn out to be disgusting perverts and shit. Also, that also just happens. Alex just draws in people sometimes that turn out to be complete scumbags afterward. And then he just doesn't mention about it. That's happened a lot over the years. And I've been following InfoWars. That's happened a lot. I'd say, like, I could roughly remember, like, at least 10 people that got on there and then turned out to be complete freaks. They were really embraced by everything. Like, oh, this could be our latest crew member. And then they just turn out to be completely fucked up perverts or completely insane, politically insane infiltrator. Weird shit. Right? Right, so I don't watch InfoWars because I find them so trustworthy. I follow them because there's a lot of information traffic happening there. Anyway. The late Bill Cooper. Yeah, sure. The point is, like, what relevance is it? Trusting Alex Jones. What's the relevance of that? So look, overall, if you really pay careful attention to what Alex Jones is doing over the years, he doesn't get people, even by accident, like into scams, like medical scams, right? He doesn't do that. He doesn't, but he does hype up the fear. It's like he has been hyping up virus fear a lot. Like, oh, the newest thing that might come out, and oh, bioweapons, and reinforcing that continually, even though there's been people on the show, also separate from him, laying down like, yeah, viruses are actually a fictional construct. Just like what I say. Yeah? Just been on the show, had a segment for an hour talking about it. Just straight out. Like, viruses are a fictional construct. Just like, yeah, nuclear bombs, not actually real. So they do that. But Alex himself is all about like, oh, but what the scary viruses could they do? I mean, he'll just talk about that right after that lady came on and talked about how viruses are fake. Alex Jones he's weird and compartmentalized. He upholds narratives. He does. He really, really does. Time Warner, who gives a fuck? The fuck does that have to do with anything? Seriously. Oh, Time Warner. Oh, that explains it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. Yeah? The guy's been active in media, has made deals with bigger producers, including Time Warner, to get some stuff out, even on the television. That doesn't prove anything. Anything. And is InfoWars owned by Alex Jones? Technically, at this point, no, it isn't. Did you know that? Because he got sued and all, he basically disconnected it from him. It's a self-running operation. He's sort of the leader, but he's not... He doesn't actually directly connect anymore legally. That way, the operation can keep running despite the $1 billion fine that he's had, basically. Don't do that, Territ. Why the fuck would you even bring that up here on YouTube when you know that's a permanent no subject? Territ. Don't do that. You insist on getting me another strike? You insist? Do you ever think about what you say when you type it out? Where you're saying it? This is not some back chat off record, okay? Thank you. Yeah, I already deleted it for you, but seriously, just think about what you're saying before you type it out. Yeah. Don't know who you are, but if that is the way you're gonna enter my chat, I kick you the fuck out. Yeah? You're gonna enter my chat with a remark like that, I'm kicking you. I'm not even gonna check who you are. Okay? I don't know you. And starting out with a message like that is a no-go zone. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm not getting into that at all. And you're the fuck out. Yeah? Because I'd love to be fully honest about... Dude, I do like an hour segment non-stop in detail exactly what the fuck I think about that event. Point is, it's not allowed. It'll just get me a strike. Fact. So, you're just not gonna get my opinion on it. At all. I'll tell you, like, off the record. Like, when it's not recording, in a chat room, whatever, I'll tell you. Yeah? I'm not talking about it on my show. So yeah, anybody else following me around my activity? Yeah. Hey, if you want to pipe up and say something, don't use that. Just pipe up and say something. Say hello. Maybe like, yeah, I've been following your channel for this long. This is some things that I think, right? More general. You don't choose to start piping up referencing a subject like that. You just don't do that. Because when you do, I kick you out immediately. Because people that do that tend to be agitators. Trolls. People that try to get under your skin, try to pull forbidden subject out of you. And I'm going to kick you the fuck out unconditionally. Alright? So if you don't want that to happen, don't do that. That's not a good entry point. Okay, hope that's clear now. Anyhow, that stood out to me yesterday. Suddenly, like, about, yeah, how nukes are actually fake on InfoWars. And I find that very fascinating. Because it's weird, because they do use nuke threat a lot. I mean, they even have, like, all these visual animations and like, oh, we're in a war, and the nukes bombs explode in the background. Roar! But then they have an item like, yeah, nukes are actually completely fake. And that's just kind of remarkable and weird. And it makes me think, like, what are the people that are watching that thinking when they see that? I mean, flat earthers have been talking about nukes being fake since 2015 or 16 somewhere. Not sure if it was 15 already, but I mean, I've been talking about that very early. Oh, Benjamin has been talking about it for quite a while. And now for InfoWars to suddenly start doing that while they've been using its rhetoric a lot. That's just weird and interesting. Starting to get hungry. That's a good sign. Wow. I just checked. Stack Low Montag is a Baltard. Straight out Baltard troll. So, yeah. Good call on my part, kicking him. If somebody could pipe up and say something though, that would be great. Since it's been 6 minutes of silence since that point. Anybody? Anybody still here in the chat? Moxie, Zane Solo, Logical Conclusion, Terra 306, Stank, Dr. Utker. Anybody? Anybody still watching my show? Thank you. Out for snacks. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, thanks for that, Zane. Right, yeah, welcome back, everybody. I guess it was the timing. But, yeah, that happened. Attending my in-game crop. Okay, Tank. Maybe I'll just show you some of my plants. I'm like, to give you a little update on what they're like now. So I repotted these like over a week ago. And yeah, the basil certainly liked that a lot. Because it's been, look at freaking big this thing has become. And it drinks water like crazy. Like I can pour like an entire glass in this thing and it'll just completely be absorbed. Right, but the oregano plant also, look at that. Like it's doing great. This thing is like blossoming. So this little stick sticking out and that's turned into blossom. Pretty awesome. But yeah, it's great. All that fresh earth, it like really makes even the little tiny sprouts just do great. So yeah, I love this oregano plant. It's almost heartbreaking every time I cut off a branch for food. Funny though, like look at this crazy little stick and it's just like so strong that's just standing upright. Isn't that just silly looking? Right. Healthy looking plants, indeed, and I love them. A very personal relationship with those plants. And here's a tiny little rosemary bush that I repotted yesterday. It's still kind of tiny though. But yeah, it's doing great. Oh, it smells so nice. Looks like the Grinch. What? What do you mean? Anyway. Yeah, plants, loving it. I'm gonna try to get like a parsley plant. So yeah, that's some plant updates. You name your plants? Okay, dang. That's hilarious. But I mean, yeah, they're herb plants. I don't name herb plants because I'm gonna at some point probably harvest them. And I just feel really guilty if I gave it a name. Looking at green plants can improve eyesight. Okay, that's funny. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I really appreciate like this overlook because there's so much green out there. And it does help because like in previous locations that I lived, especially like way back, if I just not be looking at green stuff, I'd just be like inside my room looking at a computer screen or something, like that would not be good for me. It would make me quite miserable. But since I've lived here, I don't have that issue because it's like computer screen, and then I'm like green, just like a giant forest right around me, and it's really helpful. It really is. Oh, perennial raspberries. Huh. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Thank you. Wow, yeah, those are nice and big. Cool. I'll share that for a second. Nice. Looking good. Seeking star water. Hey LSG, good to see you. How you doing? Hey, hello Laser Lie. That's so weird. I always thought that raspberries were just raspberry. I didn't know they were raspberries. That's odd. I guess that the P is kind of sort of silent when most people say it. I really thought it was just raspberries. Berries of the ras. Like that. But it's raspberries. How odd to find out like this. Yeah, we used to have like a pretty big raspberry bush. My old mother's home. Lots of fruits everywhere, by the way, but also raspberries. Like an entire wall was just filled with that stuff, and every year we'd have like several kilograms of raspberries from it. But we'd always had to hurry up because it would like get completely riddled with like butterfly worms getting in there and all that. Butterflies really like them. Okay, Dank. That's weird. They're not actually berries? What? What do you mean? Rob L. How are they not berries? Tomato chips? What? How does that work? Can make chips out of that? How? Okay, Rob L, that's cool and all, but what the hell are they then, if not berries? Bananas are... What are you talking about? Huh, okay, Seeking. I didn't know that was something you could do. Huh. Okay. Yes. But how are raspberries not that? I mean, it's pretty much like a flower, then a berry grows where the flower was. So I don't get it. How does it make them not a berry then? Hmm. What? Okay. Huh. That's weird. So what would non-berries, non-true berries then growing from multiple ovary flowers then be designated? What would you call them then? What does it make them, if not just a berry? That's weird. aggregate fruit? Okay. What is it? Why? Why would you call it an aggregate fruit? That's so weird. Why isn't it a berry? Like, who made that decision? In a taxonomical classification, who made that decision? Like, why not just be like, oh yeah, that's just a berry that comes from multiple this? Like, why can't it just be a berry? Who the hell made that call? Some people are calling it a Mandela. Shut up, duper. We're talking about berries, not your bald tardation. Fuck off. Don't disrupt your discussion with your nonsense, please. What's the sound in the background? It's mostly cars driving past, I think. Oh, there might be another horde of children coming. There have been like hordes of children, like schools having walks. A lot. That's been like happening in the last few days. Great, by the way. Like, I've really... That was actually kind of helpful, because when I feel like emotionally unstable, I get very emotional, and it's like little children just walking by, having fun and all that. It's like really like, oh, it's like a blanket of energy that's just so soothing. Even at a distance, just watching it. So that was great. I love it when they do that. Because they always come past here. It's always like, oh wow, there's another 200 children walking by. And back and then forth. It's great. I love it. I love looking at that. Tomatoes, a real berry? Wow. That is... What a mess. Yeah. Richard G, I agree. I mean, that... What is it? Taxonomy? It just sounds like a gigantic mess. Great question for a pub quiz. Well, it sounds like it's just growers' expert knowledge. So if you're like a gardener, or you have an orchard or something, yeah, then you'll probably know some about that. Oranges now identify as berries. What? This is getting silly. Pineapple, like berry. Now, how about a pineapple? Although, when you look at it, to be fair, a pineapple kind of does look a bit like a berry. It's just huge. Yeah. Right. Yeah. How odd, though. It's just weird. Okay, what I'm gonna call this show, I mean, it's definitely gonna be about gardening some things. Maybe I call it like oranges, bananas, and other berries. I mean, that's kind of a funny title, isn't it? Oranges, bananas, pineapples, and other berries. Yeah, it's very typical for a title of mine. You just found out? Oh, alright. Well, thanks for sharing. I mean, it is kind of funny. Funny piece of knowledge. Gardening, how dare you? No, I dare, alright. Hello, by the way, classical homeopath, good to see you. My chat is pretty full today. That's awesome. And I feel a lot better. I'm actually getting really hungry now. And that's a good sign. That means, like, finally it's resolving the unrest. Earth is not a fruit. And you're a fruit, Duberpoons. Fruit salad? Nah, I'll just stick to the salad part. I don't really have any fruits in house, so I usually don't get fruit. It's only usually I only eat fruit like in the middle of the summer when it's actually hot. Yeah, laser light, that's what happens. If you got some apple pyramid and you take one from the bottom, yeah, it's gonna go all over the floor. I don't know what you expected. Right. Anyway, I hope you guys have been enjoying the show. It's kind of a whatever neutral show. We're talking about fruits and orchards and my herb plants that I repotted. I'm very happy about it. They look good. Explanation why density does not apply in freefall. Well, it does apply. It still applies, but in freefall, there's simply an axial negation, right? Because if you consider the Earth to be, not actually, but if you consider it to be accelerating upwards, and then if something is accelerating downwards within it, it's going to countermand the density axis. It's going to negate it, right? So the normal setting is stationary. It's like it's accelerating upwards, so the dense will gather down, less dense will gather up. But if the whole thing then accelerates, that becomes neutralized. Although almost neutralized. It doesn't become fully neutralized in a free fall because it's not perfectly matching the acceleration rate. You'd have to have a diving plane that actually speeds up a little bit more to really to overcome the slowing down of the friction from the air you're going through, and then perfectly match the acceleration rate. And if you do that, then the axis of density division will neutralize temporarily within that medium that is accelerating down. That's what happens. Not pear shape. Yeah. I mean, I did that show about it. I did 3 shows about it. 3 days in a row. Did you watch that, George Sanford? The 3 shows where it is in the title, Advanced Relative Density. Did you see them? I explained it, like, very extensively. I'm just summarizing it now, right? Something is accelerating downward. It's gonna neutralize the density axis. If you need any elaboration on that response, then just let me know and I'll say it. The movie, the core, whatever, wasn't real. But it was very cool though, Richard G. It was silly, but I did thought it was very cool. I mean, the idea that there's like these giant crystal caves floating down, that's like really fascinating to me. That was like, oh man, we gotta get one of those crystal caves. That would be great. I mean, I'd love to have like a giant amethyst pillar that's like 2 meters tall and half a meter wide. I'd like to have one of those. Like, that would be pretty damn cool, wouldn't it? Right, but that's really the only reason I like that movie. It's because I love crystals. What? Muted? I'm not muted. I'm seeing the soundbar go wee 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 wee. So yeah, not muted. That might be your sound system seeking. It's hotter the further you... Oh, really? Based on what? Where are you basing that on, Duper? Which digging down are you referring to? Are you referring to the Super Cola deep borehole? Because it wasn't... Oh, Google said... Oh, yes. It just says it. Okay. Yeah, well, Google says the Earth is a globe too, and that's absolute horse shit, so... That's why I'm asking, like, what's the actual evidence? I mean, if somebody's, like, digging, and they're like, oh, temperature reading, oh, that's weird, right? Oh, it's getting hotter. Like, well, show me those readings. I'd love, I mean, hey, maybe it is, man. Maybe it does get warmer the deeper you dig down. But I'd like to base that on actual empirical evidence. Things that people have done to measure it, not calculated based on presupposing models. That's the difference. Oh, your computer is getting weird? You might want to restart it then. And maybe check out, like, maybe run Spybot search and destroy for a bit. Because you might have been collecting, like, digital garbage. By accident. You think it was a drill bit get... Yeah, that, well, that's for sure. LSG. I mean, drill bits definitely get hot. Why do trust... why do you know the... Because... It there. I've seen photos of it. It's a really deep hole. It's a very small, not very wide hole, but it is there. It's really freaking deep. And... I don't think they just made it up out of nothing. Because why would they just make it up out of nothing and then reveal a story that severely conflicts the model predictions? Like, that makes no sense. Why would you fake doing something that contradicts everything that you want? That makes absolutely no sense from any vantage point. Anyhow, I'm gonna run out the show. So, thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked the show. It was a bit short. Because it was kind of wonky. I feel better now, but I mean, yeah. Tomorrow I'll be in a better condition and I'll just have a full show and all that. Not wonky. Right. So, thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live. which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That'll be much appreciated. And yeah, I can really still use it. To thank Dank though for the super chat for the PayPal yesterday. That's like really helpful, but I'm not out of the woods just yet. Right. So I could certainly use more support. If anybody could help me out through the PayPal, that would be great. And it keeps me fed and keeps me going. Right. So, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 1598. And that will be on a Friday. And I'm going to join the Flat Earth debates over at Nathan Oakley 9080 channel, which should start up any second now. Hope to see you there in chat. And until the next video, keep it flat.